no position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Syracuse Orange, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Hurricanes will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Syracuse's offense will go on the attack first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try to defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And this offense comes out first down, tries to run the football, no answer. Second down, they go for the pass, they give up the sack. This defense on point early in the football game with two great plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Syracuse will be forced to punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. The Hurricane offense will get its first crack at it now. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. To the air, it's Beck. Using the quick game. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
From the gun, running back on the move. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? They do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Might as well give it to him again. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Let's send the tight end in motion. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Hurricanes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw in that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And the Canes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Give to the running back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
The Canes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. On the run, it's Fletcher. There he goes. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who you trust the most.
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Just hammering it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Willis. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. They'll give it to the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Syracuse might take a shot here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Pulls it in. It's Cook. No, he got loose. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Find some fresh air. Syracuse needs to come up with a big 3rd down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Handoff from the gun. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for that.
Gets the back moving. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Willis. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's got an open man. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
3rd down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes it, gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. To the air on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Cook. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Plays like that, a common sight for Syracuse fans a year ago as Kyle McCord led the nation in passing. The Orange won 10 games, won their highest profile bowl in a quarter of a century. Without McCord, what's the expectation now, David?
I mean, it was crazy, first of all, what Fran Brown did. Like, to take Syracuse and to make them believe, and then the high-flying offense, but now completely retooling, reloading, like all the pass catchers at the quarterback spot. So interested to watch this offense and how they put it together, because last year they found an absolute diamond in the rough.
We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given them a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
They'll send out the kicker here. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Wants to throw. It's back. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Motion from the back. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a chance. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
Smart play by the quarterback. Nothing open. Dump it off to your running back. And listen, he's a running back. He's used to having the ball in his hands, and he's a big running back. So if you want to bring that to the ground in the open field, it's very difficult. Great job by the running back making a play.
Here's a heat. That's caught. It's Daniels. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up where I can just make plays right behind them.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Hitting on transfer portal quarterbacks can be tricky. Certainly Miami did so with Cam Ward a season ago. And Jesse, they're hoping to keep it going with Carson Beck.
They want the Carson Beck version from 2023. At the end of that season, after winning the Orange Bowl, a lot of people thought Carson Beck would end up being the 1st pick of the NFL draft. 2024 was a bit more up and down. They need him to play well each and every week. He's playing, remember, behind Cam Ward. He's got very, very big shoes to fill, but no doubt he is the key for Miami's success.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to keep it in the air. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Back to pass, it's back. Release to the back. Grab near the marker, it's Fletcher. Knocked out of bounds, they're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
All right, defense, it ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
And the Canes will have it 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Bauman. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
And the Hurricanes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. They'll run the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on third down to try to get a first down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense, rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Doesn't have a straight-on shot here. He'll kick it from the left hash and 39 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the ref. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. It'll be a draw. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Orange now facing a 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. I don't think when the quarterback called out the Mike backer that he knew that the Mike backer was going to come calling on him quite so quickly.
Nah, it was good timing, right? Like, you don't want to show it too soon to the offensive lineman, call it out and pick you up. You could tell, did a good job buying a little bit of time, and then on the snap, boom, shot out of a cannon, right to the quarterback, gets the sack.
Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. You need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead, David.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Quickly out to the tight end. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Breaks into the open. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Gonna run it. It's Fletcher. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And for the second time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Willis. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Got it in the middle. It's Gill. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Gill. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Makes the catch. It's Cook. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Syracuse looked to be in dire straits to start this drive, but now they've got some room to operate. They'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone. crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Just enough time to get off one more snap. Going to swing it on second down. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse.
That is a huge way to end this half. Man, cutting into the lead, gaining the momentum. Nice job finishing the half with some positive vibes going into halftime.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer.
That makes the score Miami 13, Syracuse 10.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there on South Beach, and we've had a lively first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Hard Rock Stadium.
Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Scanning the field, it's back. They're setting up the screen. Makes one man miss. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
The Hurricanes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Thanks to grab. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, not down in distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Now the play fake. Unloads it left. Zips it out to his man. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. And And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To the air, it's back. On target over the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Caught him behind the line. It's Bauman. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He caught it. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Absolutely center cut. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Ross. Turning it on. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They were backed up, and then suddenly they weren't. They've got it 1st and 10 now inside the 50. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Orange just need to get some of that yardage back here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try along. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. What an absolute howitzer he unleashed off his foot.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this. There he goes! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 34 with the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He'll keep it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
To the ground with the back. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it, still in a great position, ready to stay ahead of the chains.
The Canes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll move the tight end. The give to the tailback. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Fletcher. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And the Canes will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. On the run, it's Willis. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
The orange, after the explosive play, might go right back to the ground. That's caught. It's Gill. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's Ross. How about this freshman leading them on the chase and making the big play after the catch? Syracuse has a really nice drive going. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Grabbed over the middle. It's Willis. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Makes the catch. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. There's the pressure. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And guys, we are deadlocked here in the final period. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tied game, hoping to get something on the board. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions from go to 1 to 2 and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
grab behind the line. It's Fletcher. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, if you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He'll go to the stake.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Hurricanes will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of that.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
On the ground, it's Fletcher.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass, it's Beck. He's got his man. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse, Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Rushes on him. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
You just love to see that from the quarterback. I know it's a big 3rd down, and more than anything, you want to throw a completion, keep your offense on the field. But when the defense wins and nobody's open, you got to just tip your hat, throw it away. And now a big decision coming up on 4th down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard. They have taken the lead here in the 4th.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights. With all the pressure, with all the eyeballs on him, he delivered.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Finds his man. It's Cook. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that. You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
First down here for the offense. That's caught. It's Ross. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
To the air on second down. Catch in the middle. It's Cook. Breaks into the open. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Wants to throw it. A strike downfield. Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. He'll pull it on the read. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Yeah, and half of the QB calls his own number and all these options, obviously multiple plays. He decides to stick with it, get some positive yards, and now what's next off of that? What's my next read off of that? How am I going to mix things up and keep this defense on balance?
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Line getting set on second down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Gill. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And this offense has got to pick their spots, right? Like, you got to use the sideline if you can, get the big plays and get the first downs. Be very smart here down the stretch of this game, maximizing yards, but maximizing time.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
These offenses are so hard to stop when you run the option because they play the quarterback well. They get it to the running back. The defense looks pretty good, but third and short, they get the yardage they need, and they move the sticks.
The Orange converted and picked up that last first down by keeping it on the ground. Maybe they go right back to it. He's got it. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Here's the handoff. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll run play action. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space on the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw, it's Beck. Caught over the middle, it's Daniels. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Makes the grab. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Dumps it to the back. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fletcher. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks and first down.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Gotta find a completion on this one. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that will be in the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. With yet another unranked team taking down a ranked opponent, does a portal help level this out a little bit where it's really difficult to know which team should be ranked in the first place?
I think the portal certainly helps. At the end of the day, though, they just wanted it more today, and that win is going to help recruiting. It's going to help their confidence moving forward. I know this, David. Every team on the rest of their schedule, they're now taking account and notice of this team.
And I completely agree. Like, you start to build momentum, and then momentum helps you find more guys in the portal and helps high school recruiting. So big ranked win today. And hey, who knows? Maybe this gets them in the rankings in the near future.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College